right off the bat. Now, as you can see, the game is moving very slowly. It's almost like we're just like moving in slow motion here. It is set to a much slower speed than is the normal game when you play at actual ladder games. And I just want to say I'm making this video for new players because I have been asked a lot like, hey, I'm not very good at StarCraft 1, I never played Warcraft 3, and I really am interested in playing StarCraft 2, but I just don't want to get completely obliterated. And what is there for someone like me who's a newer player to do? Well, I just wanted to talk about the practice league a little bit, and like I said, everything moves extremely slowly, so if you're still wanting to sit and read everything in the game and see exactly what's going on, you haven't played single player, or you just got a beta invite and there is no single player, the only option for you is to either play against a really bad computer or to play multiplayer. And so yes, everything moves slowly, and the bases actually have rocks at every choke to get out of your base. So the ramp that goes down outside your main base, which we aren't looking at right now because this is a first-person view, there we just got a quick glimpse of it right there, but there is a ramp that goes down. That's not blocked off, but the choke to the rocks to the left there, that's one of the chokes to get out of your base. It is completely blocked off with rocks, and not only is your base blocked off with rocks, but you have to remember that your opponent's base is also blocked off with rocks. And so in order for your opponent to attack you, they have to not only kill their own rocks, which takes a very long time, they also have to run all the way across the map and kill your rocks. And so it's basically a no rush setting map. And of course the normal ladder maps don't lock you in like this, and the games are a lot faster, so a lot more things can happen. But this is just going to be for very new beginners here, as I'm actually just playing this one game to show you guys exactly what it is, because a lot of people were asking me exactly what new players can do in StarCraft 2. This is one of the features they added. I don't know if there's been a video about it, which I can't really blame them because it's going to be sort of boring just because it's so slow. But anyways, if you're playing in the New Beginners League or you're playing on the map that locks in your base, so say you're playing with your friends, a custom map, and you're locked into your base, what I like to do, yes, I'm going to talk about strategy in the Beginners League. What I like to do is I like to get my command center up before my barracks. So I played random, I got Terran, and again, sorry it's so slow, but hey, that's life, whatever, this is what this video is for. And so I went ahead and got my command center before barracks. Now in a normal game, this would be very risky and you could easily get rushed, as I didn't even get my command center off the barracks. So I didn't go barracks command center, I actually went command center barracks. And the reason for that, pretty obvious, is because of all of the rocks that are kind of, you know, blocking off my base. I don't expect to get attacked anytime soon. Even if they attack me with air, I can have, I think, anti-air before they can even get to my base with that sort of tech. And with everything going so slow, it gives you a lot of time to do everything just right. So you're not really you're not forgetting to make units, you're not forgetting to do your tech or anything like that, because the game's not going at a blistering 1,000, you know, miles per hour here. And then I like to get my gas here, and I think actually I'm going to speed this up just a little bit, as it's basically just me macroing for a while. Again, this video is just to show you that if you're a total noob at StarCraft, which there's a lot of people out there who are, that you can get eased into the game just a little bit. Right at launch, right when you connect to multiplayer, when this game comes out, you can do this practice league. It's nice and slow, kind of, you know, eases you into the game. So I am going to speed this up just a little bit, though. Alright, so that's sped up a little bit here. It's more of a realistic speed in this game, but basically it's yeah, it's just for new beginners. And now that I have my expansion up, I'm going to go ahead and start teching here a little bit, as I'm getting double orbital command, so I'm going to have twice the mules as a normal Terran player. And yeah, having double mules, it just makes your economy go crazy good. And again, I would definitely recommend this on the kind of newer maps. If you're pretty confident and you're fairly good at, you know, RTSs, but you still want to play the beginner rounds just to kind of get a hang of the game, especially if you haven't played StarCraft 2 before, then I would recommend going these very fast expansion builds on this map. You're just going to weigh out macro probably anyone you'll be placed against. And you just got to remember that if they rush you, which I think this guy actually attacks me here in a little bit, but if they end up rushing you, then you can be in a little bit of trouble, because like right now I'm not making any marines simply because I am just trying to save the minerals to tech right away. So it might be a good idea to get a couple marines kind of to defend your rocks a little bit, and also if you can get on the high ground, then they can't see you because they're just going to have tier 1 and tier 2 units that really can't see up onto the high ground, and so you can defend that quite easily. So yeah, I'm just macroing up as the first couple of minutes in this game get underway. But if you guys have any questions, if you're a newer player, please let me know. I'll try and answer them, but can't guarantee it. But I just wanted to show that there is a beginner. So Blizzard is basically making this game available to someone who's never played an RTS before, all the way up to, you know, Jaedong is their kind of spectrum that they're shooting to kind of incorporate into their game. And so obviously Jaedong's not going to be playing in this setting, but maybe, you know, your little brother or your grandma or something might be playing this, or just anyone who is new at StarCraft. So I thought it was interesting when I first got a hold of the game before the ladder reset, which just happened. I actually played these just to get a feel for the game because I didn't know the tech, I didn't know the build orders or anything like that. So even me, who has a pretty diverse background in gaming, I still wanted to take it easy just so I didn't get completely slaughtered right off the bat. And there is 5 games you can do in the practice league, and then after you do those 5 games, they bump up the speed, they put you on normal maps, and you get 10 games. Yeah, he's trying to attack me right now. And they bump you up into the placement round, which is 10 games, which do count towards your record. And when you finish playing those 10 games, they place you. So if you win all 10, you get into platinum. I think if you go 9-1, you get into platinum, and then if you go like 8-2, you get into gold, and then after that, I don't know the exact ratio. But essentially, you just want to do as good in those games as you can. These ones do not go on your record. They are purely for practice, and so that's basically their whole point, is to get a feel for the game. And my Marine has the high ground. Haha, Zealots, you can't attack my rocks anymore. Or they can. Actually, I'm going to speed this up once again. There's no reason to watch this in slow motion. But just know that the video, that when you're playing it, is in slow motion, so you can really get a feel for it. You can actually micro a little bit, even if you've never microed in a game before. And with my Banshee out, I should be able to kill these no problem. So hang on, I got to speed this up really quick. Alright, so now we got this bumped up to more of a speed that is bearable to watch in this high action game here. Just got my Banshee out here. Going to be killing these sentries, no problem. 3-4 shots kills the sentry. With the Banshee, I'm going to go ahead and land my factory down here just to kind of harass his base, because I know he is a newer player, probably won't be able to react in time. And this is where getting the fast expansion just starts to get obnoxiously out of control. I'm producing off of a reactor, which allows me to make 2 Vikings at once, as well as making my Banshees nonstop, and I can't even afford to keep up that way. And I'm going to be making a couple Hellions inside of his base. And so it really getting the second expansion is good, because look, that was him attacking me. It took him that long to break through his rocks and get to me, and so by that time I already have a pretty devastating Air Force, and I'm going to be making a couple Banshees in here to harass him. So obviously not the best game in the world. I do feel kind of bad, because this is probably this guy's like first game on StarCraft 2. They just reset the ladder. All he wants to do is have some fun, and yet here he is getting humiliated by Husky for this video. But you know what? I think it's worth it, because it is for the betterment of StarCraft, and so I think he is going to make a good sacrifice here for just for everyone out there to feel good about themselves and know that if they pick up StarCraft 2 and they're a new player, they can still do the practice rounds, and everything's in slow motion. They can just take it easy. It's just like sitting on the beach, having some tea. Does anyone drink tea on the beach? That kind of seems like you would go to the beach to cool off, and drinking, I guess you could drink iced tea on the beach. There you go. And then you're sitting under the umbrella and playing StarCraft 2 at the same time, because that is how baller you are. And yeah, One Immortal gonna own these Hellions, but my Air Force is a little bit too much for him to handle. And again, this is sped up like a million times. So anyways, that's pretty much going to be the end of this video. I just had a lot of people constantly ask me why, like, should I get this game if I'm just going to get owned every single game? Well, you should get it because you can do the practice league, and that is going to be that. And I am just owning this guy's base. Oh no, he got one stalker over here with a Warp Prism. What am I to do about that? Oh, I can just kill it with my SCVs, which everyone loves seeing SCVs kill Dragoons and Stalkers, so this is no different. And he rage quits. So Infection, I'm sorry that I had to humiliate you like that, but it was for the betterment of StarCraft. Anyways, I will be uploading a lot more videos of me playing, guys. I've just had major internet issues, so I couldn't even stay in a game long enough. If you watch my last few videos, I kept getting disconnected, but thankfully with replays, you can watch them offline if you get disconnected during the replay. But either way, that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you guys next time with hopefully a little bit higher level play game.